Welcome! Whether you're a young student, a shishya, just starting out, or a grown-up looking for a little peace of mind, you are exactly where you need to be. Take a nice, deep breath, settle in. In this explainer, we're going to dive into a timeless secret. A story that's literally designed to help you find incredible peace and absolute clarity, no matter how chaotic or noisy the modern world gets around you.
So I want you to think about this for a second. What happens when the absolute hardest battle you face isn't out there on a playground or, in the office, but it's entirely inside your own mind? Sometimes life just throws heavy stuff at us. Maybe it's a super scary test at school, a fight with your best friend, or a huge, terrifying decision at work. You just feel frozen. Well, ancient Sanskrit texts actually have a specific word for this exact feeling. Kim kartavyavi mudita. It's a huge word, right? But it basically just means being completely stuck and having zero idea what to do next.
Now, meet our heroes. We have the legendary, undefeated warrior, Prince Arjuna. And right beside him is his ultimate teacher, Lord Krishna, who's acting as his chariot driver. They're sitting on the edge of this massive, ancient battlefield called Kurukshetra. But here's the really cool part. The amazing conversation they're about to have, which is recorded in the ancient Bhagavad Gita, well, it isn't just some dusty old war story. It's actually a brilliant, timeless map, perfectly designed to help us navigate our own struggles today.
And that brings us to a super important shift. You see, Kurukshetra was a literal, physical, muddy battlefield thousands of years ago. But Dharmashetra, that is the modern, spiritual battlefield. And guess where it is? It's right inside your very own mind. We aren't fighting ancient armies with swords anymore. Today, we're fighting the chaos of buzzing smart devices, endless notifications, loud noises, and incredibly busy schedules. Life itself is the battle, and your beautiful mind is the arena.
So right before this ancient battle even starts, the great hero Arjuna is just hit by this giant wave of fear. His body literally starts trembling, his skin feels like it's burning, his famous bow, the Gandiva, is slipping right out of his sweating hands, and his mind is just reeling. Does that sound familiar? When a kid gets awful stage fright before a school play or an adult is completely overwhelmed by stress at work, our bodies react the exact same way. Fear totally freezes us.
Section 1. The Trap of Attachment. Why we lose our peace.
Okay, so why do we feel this fear in the first place? Let's look at the story of Mr. X to see how this trap catches us in everyday life. Step 1, Mr. X buys a shiny brand new car. Everyone praises him and he feels fantastic. Step 2, his ego puffs way up. He thinks, man, this car makes me so special. He is now deeply attached to it. Step 3, a few weeks later, he wakes up and finds a huge dent on the door. Step 4, total emotional crash. He's furious and deeply sad. For the younger ones watching, imagine this is a brand new video game or your absolute favorite toy. The second it breaks, it's devastating. Tying our happiness to temporary things almost always leads straight to sadness.
Which brings us to this really important concept, ego and Maya. Maya basically translates to illusion. Think of Maya like a magic trick, or maybe a glitch in a video game that your mind plays on you. It makes you blind to the real truth. It tricks you into believing that temporary things, like a car, a toy, a grade on a test, or a fancy job title, are a permanent part of your identity. But because literally everything in the material world changes or breaks eventually, holding on too tightly absolutely guarantees that you'll end up suffering.
Section 2. The Cosmic Connection. Discovering your true self.
So if everything around us is just a magic trick, who are we really? Well, let's look at the cosmic science here. Everything you see is made up of these basic elements of the material universe: earth, water, fire, air, space, and even the mind and intellect. Every tree, every single animal, your smart devices, and yes, even your physical body are just temporary combinations of these cosmic elements. They are constantly growing, constantly shifting, and eventually they fade away.
Contrast that temporary material world with the eternal Atma, or the soul. On one hand, you have the temporary body. It changes, it ages, it's made of those shifting elements we just talked about. But on the other hand, you have the true you. This ancient text teaches that the Atma is indestructible. It's pure consciousness. Think of it like this. You are not your winter jacket, right? You are the person wearing the jacket. In the exact same way, you are not just your physical body. You are the beautiful, eternal spark of life wearing it.
The eternal self is immortal, and the body is temporary. Just let that sink in for a second. This is the grand, cosmic realization that Lord Krishna gives Arjuna to pull him out of his fear. Because once you truly understand that the core of who you are can never be dented like a car, or broken like a toy, or destroyed by a bad day at work, your fear just vanishes. Recognizing yourself as this eternal soul, that is the ultimate secret.
Section 3. Nishkama Karma, the art of peaceful action.
Now you might be wondering, how do we actually use this every day? We still have schools to go to and jobs to do, right? Well, the secret technique is called Nishkama Karma. And honestly, it is basically a superpower. Nishkama Karma means performing your daily duties, whether that's doing your math homework, helping your family, or finishing a big project for your boss, with immense focus and love, but without being attached to the final reward. You don't do it just to get a gold star or to win praise. You do it because it's your duty, and you just want to do your absolute best.
When you start living like this, the transformation is incredible. See, when you act purely for the prize, you are operating with an impure consciousness. You're blinded by ego, attached to the results, and easily disturbed by chaos and fear. But when you unlock pure consciousness, or samadhi, by focusing on the effort rather than the reward, you gain equanimity. That's a fancy word for perfect, unshakable balance. You become completely detached from outcomes. So even if everything is totally chaotic around you, you remain peaceful, focused, liberated, and genuinely joyful.
Section 4. Questions for your journey.
We've covered a lot of ground today, from ancient battlefields to the superpower of peaceful action. So before we wrap up this explainer, I want you to ask yourself, what temporary dents in your life are causing you anger or sadness right now simply because you are too attached to them? Is it a scratched toy, a lost game, a harsh word from a coworker? Are you letting your beautiful, eternal self be disturbed by something that is entirely temporary? Just remember, you have the power to let that attachment go.
And finally, I leave you with this. Tomorrow, when you head off to school or work, can you perform your daily actions with pure love? Can you give it your absolute best effort without worrying for a single second about the prize at the end? Keep seeking, keep discovering your true self, and remember, the profound peace you've been looking for, it's been inside you all along.